In the name of God. A lack of purpose in life misguides an individual.
The walls of a room, entirely covered in the soot from burning wood, surrounded an unlawful transaction. A man presented a stack of wrinkled cash, tied together, to a drug dealer. Once the payment was verified, the dealer put some opium into a bag and handed it over. The purchaser caught sight of the dealer's face. His cheek had a substantial bruise from the chill. In this abandoned location, identities mattered not. Every individual came here to evade the law, sustaining an illicit market where any forbidden longing could be satisfied. Regardless of whether dealing in drugs or other illicit services, every seller occupied their own area. For individuals lacking funds, their desperation drove them to beg for even a tiny bit of drugs. With their senses blunted, they were unable to anticipate the threats surrounding them. Some, so inebriated that they lost awareness, became easy targets for the richer patrons or even the dealers themselves. However, reality would eventually shatter their illusions, revealing the heavy cost of their misfortune. Without any safeguards, they had to struggle through existence, fighting infections such as HIV, HPV, hepatitis, gonorrhea, and syphilis. Some dealt with unplanned pregnancies, their bellies expanding as hunger tormented them. To support themselves and their unborn babies, they participated in increasingly dangerous activities. Daily, an increasing number of individuals risked their lives and well-being for the pursuit of a temporary high. This deserted structure had turned into a refuge for drug traffickers, the homeless, and individuals escaping from their families. The atmosphere was filled with the unpleasant blend of charred timber, human refuse, and liquor. Regardless of one's belief, anyone recognized for being rebellious had endured several days within these walls. The dealer looked at the buyer, whispered something under his breath, then erupted into laughter, engaging in conversation with himself in the deserted upper floor. The purchaser shoved the packet into his pocket and moved toward a room, retrieving his items to smoke opium. The smoke curled into his lungs, tying him to a feeling of bliss. He reached into his pocket and took out a packaged item. He ripped open the package, pulling out a condom. While attempting to open the hook-shaped ring, his hand trembled, causing the condom to fall into the flames, igniting immediately. He couldn't envision any means to make up for this error. Annoyed, he cast a swift look at the packaging and automatically dug into his pocket once more, recalling that he had another one. Feeling a wave of relief, he considered that perhaps, for a change, fortune was favoring him. However, upon inspecting the package, he understood it was simply an alcohol pad. His annoyance transformed into a bitter hostility. Whenever he tried to commit a sin, an obstacle appeared. He couldn't disregard protection, being aware of the dangers. It felt like every adverse outcome was poised to strike the instant he dismissed his beliefs. Aiming to contain his anger, he hurled the alcohol pad into the flames. Still, his annoyance persisted. He snatched a stone and tossed it into the fire, the sharp thud resonating in the quiet. Since he could no longer take Viagra because of its heart-pounding side effects, he switched to opium. Yet, even opium, as time passed, had taken away his capacity to sustain an erection. He had witnessed numerous others commit the same error, miscalculating the correct dosage and overdosing, with their bodies ultimately letting them down. What initially appeared to be a solution ultimately turned out to be the source of his ruin. Over time, opium had not only weakened his capacity, it had entirely left him powerless. Nevertheless, this unfortunate event had a unique benefit. Maybe, after many years of living a life constrained by sin, he could mend his faith anew. He may ask for forgiveness, looking for comfort in a church or any location where he can make amends. Perhaps, in the rest of his life, he might abandon indulgence and dedicate himself to prayer.
Like and subscribe if you would like.